Hiya! Oh, that sounded weird. Hi. We got a slow week here, so should be a short video. Here we go. So for this week's Teen Mom Weekly Tea, it'll be more of an episode recap than actual news. We'll just get Janelle out of the way. We actually don't have too much here. So, this is as of yesterday, day before. She has been posting yet again more clickbait, leading people to believe she is pregnant. She is not. Don't click on the links. Friendly reminder, she gets paid for each click, so we definitely don't want to be lining her pockets, especially with junk like this, because it leads to articles, in this case, about other celebrities. Let's get to the kicker. So this hot pile of garbage posts a link about pregnancy. And whose picture is she using for this? It's already been deleted, otherwise I'd post it up here. None other than Joyanna Duggar's pregnancy announcement. For those of you that don't know who this is, she was from the show 19 Kids and Counting, and now on TLC's Counting On. Needless to say, this particular pregnancy that was announced ended in her baby sadly passing away at about 20 weeks along. So wow. I really have no words in this case. Whether it's Janelle or someone else, I'm not sure why they would want to use Joyanna's picture for clickbait. That's just sick. Luckily for her, Joyanna and the rest of the Duggars are not on these people's radars and vice versa. Janelle's not on their radar, more so, to address her like most other grieving mothers would be tempted to. The other picture I saw was like a pregnancy test, but it's a Photoshop picture from Clearblue. So, get better pictures if you're going to try to fake out people, Janelle. Again, I'm not clicking on your link. That's about all I got for Janelle. Oh, today, that is Friday, August the 2nd, Jace turned 10. So, happy birthday, Jace, and congratulations to his real mom, Barbara. So, the other bit of tea is a little bit longer, and none other than Kaylin Hulk Smash, bitter baby mama Lowry. So I said in previous videos that she took Isaac to Hawaii despite a court order with Joe to have Isaac that particular week. It was a 4th of July visitation that ran from, I believe, like 9 to 5 that day. Typical with family court. Well, about a week or so ago, she gets on her Trash Coffee Convos podcast, whatever. She uses her kids as pawns, laughing about possibly being in contempt of court and going to jail. Or as Amber says, jail. Contempt is something to laugh at, and just goes to show that she's cocky, arrogant, does not care, and this B-list fame of hers has gone to her head. So let's address this. I highly doubt she'll be penalized for being in contempt, especially with it being a first time. You usually don't get thrown in jail for a contempt in family court. You may see a fine. But then again, this is the first instance, so I don't even see her getting a fine. She'll probably get a slap on the wrist from a judge and get a scolding from maybe the judge or her lawyer in this case. The bigger picture is she doesn't realize how this looks if she were ever taken back to custody court. In most states, you can try to change a custody agreement every 2 years after it's put in place. So if, let's say I went with my ex and I ended up with full custody, my ex got visitation, the non-custodial parent, and this was in July. I could take him in July of 2019, whether there's change or not. If I just want to be the custodial parent, I could do that. So when determining custody, one factor judges look at is which parent is best able to foster a relationship between the child and the non-custodial parent, or 50-50 in their case. Clearly not Kale, since she's making her own rules like she thinks she runs the world. Do I think Joe will get custody? No. I still think it's probably in Isaac's best interest to be with his mother, because that's probably where he wants to be. And aside from her petty games, she's not a bad mom. But I do think it would be a wake-up call. Supposedly, Joe and Poppy, aka Javi, are not going to be filming for the new season. Now, I did see that the kids still will. Kale stating that they set an agreement for all kids to be with her the same week, and they can film them. I thought Joe was hitting her up for money last season, but she was the one that left him on child support long after the 50-50 custody. So, and another blog brought up how Joe was not at the last Teen Mom 2 reunion, and it was V. Now, V said he was just working, he does real estate, but could it be more? I guess we'll see the next season. Now, Poppy's running a CrossFit gym and does not want to be tied with the Teen Mom franchise. I can respect that. I'm just curious if Kale was telling the truth when she said he sought her out and even tried out for True Life. If this is the case, I would think Poppy would want all the clout he can get for his new gym. Keep in mind, guys, he did also jump in bed with Brianna de Jesus and propose to her not long after the divorce. I think that part would be Lauren's doing of having it being on the show. Maybe Lauren's doing because Kale brought up all that stuff, whether intentionally or not. Or he's sick of Kale's stuff too. I could see that. Now, I do see the argument with the whole vacation thing that, oh, well, she wanted to take all her kids on vacation and her kids have different fathers, so it's hard to schedule that. But she did just state they scheduled something for filming purposes and maybe other purposes as well so the kids can be together. So I'm sure they could have worked this out for all the kids to be together on a vacation. But you were in Hawaii for like a month. So you can't expect the dad to just be like, hey, here's my kid for a month. I don't feel like seeing him. Unless it's in your agreement. I know some parents do like the 6 weeks. But anyways, just my thought. I mean, I don't know how reasonable Joe would be. But maybe she could have said, hey, I want to take him for this holiday and vacation. You take him Labor Day weekend. Or, hey, you can have some extra time when you come back. Or even ask the judge about it, but instead she proceeded to get a no and still book plane tickets. Alright, I'm going to go into a quick recap of this past Monday's episode, which was essentially a snooze fest as usual. They just need to cut the cord with this show. I honestly get more entertainment just reading their personal news online than the way the show perceives it, because these girls have turned into divas where they're like, I'm going to film this, I'm not going to film this. It's your job. I don't get to pick and choose what I do at my job. Any hooser. So let's start with Macy, since hers is probably, well, Cheyenne's a short too, but anyways. So Macy wants to get off birth control completely because of PCOS symptoms. Now, personally, I hear birth control helps with the symptoms, but everyone's bodies respond differently. She wants to give Taylor the old snippy snip, so that way she doesn't have to be on birth control. She goes to the OBGYN to talk about this in an office. Does everyone get an office? Am I just special and get the uncomfortable bed mat thingy? They also talk about male birth control. At this point, I think I was mopping the floor. Oh my god. She says she wants to adopt eventually, but no more biological children. Then her and Taylor go golfing, and on this nice little outing, they get in the golf cart, and she brings up the old snippy snip. He's unsure, and she just stares at him. Like, give the dude some time. You just asked if he wanted to get the snippy snip. And we all know he wants more kids. But then Macy's like, well, if you're sure, so it seems like she may not be sure she wants more biological children. So if you're unsure, I wouldn't do something like that, even though they can be reversed. Maybe a different kind of birth control is your best option. Because she's got the thing in her arm right now, I think she said. On over to Cheyenne. Like I said, I just want to get these two boring ones out of the way for this week. Cheyenne is going to her boyfriend Matt's house in Baltimore to meet his parents. She's bringing Ryder, her sister, and I believe the sister's kid came. Now her sister has two first names. She needs to pick one. I mean, she has some weird two-name thing that looks like her name's R. Kelly, and I can't get down with that. She talks to her family before they go to Baltimore about wanting kids with Matt. They just got together a few episodes ago. I mean, I know MTV can't get their timelines together, but it really hasn't been that long. Slow the brakes, girl. And does anyone else notice that her boyfriend kind of looks like Marvin Gaye? Not necessarily a bad thing, I guess. He was good looking. So they get to Baltimore and go to meet his parents. You know, a little hi, how are ya? Alright, let's take some shots. Screw it. Hey, this reminds me of my family Christmas. I have an Aunt Becky that would come drunk to every family Christmas until she got ex-invited, uninvited, whatever. It was Christmas Eve, so it doesn't count, you know, prepping for the big B-Day. There was a year I got, like, snack cakes from her and weird Japanese gifts. I think somebody gave her a credit card and let her go on eBay. Anyways. And then she gave my uncle a few shots and he fell into the Christmas tree. Good times. Anyways, the kids were there with Cheyenne, so probably not the best idea. Cheyenne talks to Matt about moving to LA. He doesn't seem opposed, but talks about getting a roommate, so we all know that's not what Cheyenne wanted, so I guess her trip's defeated. On to Indiana, we have Andy. Alright guys, let's spin the wheel. What health issue will Amber cry about this week? If you guessed feeling like a large liver in her own bed, you would be right. It seemed absurd. So, I got curious and asked a few nurses I know. And no, that's not how it works. She is worried because her dad died of cirrhosis of the liver, and she's on medication that can affect her liver. So, I do get the need to at least test it, but don't tell us that you felt in a large liver in bed. Just say your dad has cirrhosis and you want to double check it. So Amby and Hagrid, that's what I call Andrew for those of you that haven't heard me before, because he looks like Hagrid from Harry Potter, obvs. They go to do the testing, and it's at this like sketchy any test now place. I've seen many people do the DNA test there. I wonder if that's where Andrew did his testing for baby James, new boo-boo. Anyways, they take the Uber there for some reason instead of either one driving. Now, my theory is I think Amber was too whiny to drive, and Hagrid had to slam back a few shots to put up with her because, well, she's whiny. He's like Andre the Giant, so he would have to, like, probably slam back a whole 12-pack to feel anything. Who knows? Anywho's, so they get there and Amber is, like, over the top with her blood being drawn. Which, I mean, I get it drawn every few months for an illness I have, and I still hate the needles, so I can get that, but this was just over-the-top Amber. And some people said, oh, well, you know, she has these tattoos on her body, but she's cringing about this. Yeah, I do too. Tattoo pain is not the same as getting your blood drawn. I mean, I can't stress that enough. To me, tattoos feel like a cat scratch, but feel free to comment what you think it feels like. Might be a fun discussion. Back at the house, both of them are sitting in their, I'm sure, indented spots on the couch. Probably got ass prints on the couch and whatnot. Andrew's still not wearing any damn socks. Amber's test is fine. Yay! Next. Now to Michigan, we get Kate and Tai. Kate talks about not wanting to breastfeed anymore. Some of her reasons, like the not being able to do an hour of therapy, seem dumb, since pumping's a thing. However, it's probably best the kid is not essentially eating what she does. You know, quesadillas, scabs. I'm not getting in the whole breastfeeding discussion. She's lazy. At the end of the day, the kid's fed. Yay. Next. Tyler's going to Arizona to cut loose. I mean, he deserves to, being a single mom and all. Wait. From the pictures, it looks like it must have been some appearance thing. That's what it looks like to me, like one of those sketchy appearance things where you got like the male strippers or what. Alright, let me stop. From the picture, it looks like it might have been an appearance, and I do wonder if he visited Caitlin's rehab ranch while he was out there. Tai comes back, and him and Nova are singing about making tacos. And then she falls off the counter. On her butt, not her face. So I gasp, and then I laugh. Good times. The kid's a brat. Sorry, not sorry. Here comes Kate with Darth Vader. She's about to go out with some friends to show the haters. Tyler says she should just grind all over a guy. What he really meant is grind all over the guy. Then bring him home for me, okay? So, we get to a limo pulling up to a trailer. What a metaphor / full circle thing. Siding coming off the trailer and all. And I don't want to hear this Jenny from the block theory of, oh, well, she's just gonna be good to her friends and still go out to the trailer park. Y'all couldn't have pre-gamed a beat-ups or something? Anyways, were they in the 8 Mile trailer park, you know, with her being in Michigan and all? Imagine, like, being in that neighborhood and seeing a limo. Oh, guys, run, it's M&M. Nope. Kate. Crap. Maybe they can, like, Caitlin and her friends can go to the shelter afterwards. I hear that, you know, B-Rabbit's taking on Papa Doc. She, again, says they're going to show the haters. Yeah, you're showing me all right. Reserved table at a club. She had this reserved table at the club. I'm sure champagne bottles popping all over the place. Now, I was hoping for a small smoking bar to complete the trifecta, but I guess I can't have everything. And that's all I remember from her portion. I think I was still cleaning the kitchen. That completes this video, but be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be bringing other content ASAP, starting with unexpected episode recaps when the new season premieres Sunday. That's more of a dumpster fire than Teen Mom, so stay tuned. Bye-bye!